You asking who is Andy Dad? To figure this out. We need to go back to the beginning, the location, time, and genetics. The time. So Toy Story 1 was released in 1995. So now that we have 1995, we have to look at other movies that was released in 1995. So these movies are Pocahontas, a Goofy movie, Frank and Ollie, Balto. Now obviously it simply can't be a Goofy movie, so that one is ruled out, and it also can't be Frank and Ollie, so that is ruled out as well. But we still have Pocahontas, and lastly Balto. Let's have a look at Balto. The film Balto is a 1995 animated adventure movie directed by Simon Wells and produced by Amblin Entertainment. Rosie Father in Balto. Rosie Father is the father of Rosie, and they have a pet, a dog, called Jenna, and child called Rosie. Rosie Father name is Rosie, and his wife name is Rosie. Could Rosie Father have a second child? I don't know, although it could be 10% likely. So we have to do Pocahontas. Chief Powhatan has a daughter called Pocahontas, and is the chief of Powhatan tribe. Maybe the chief traveled by a boat to the world of Toy Story and got remarried to Andy's mother, because he was worried to someone to a wife until she died. But then, yet again, we got nothing. So now we off to Toy Story 2. So Toy Story 2 was released in 1999. So given we have 1999, we have to look at the other movies in 1999. So we have Mickey Once Upon a Christmas, Toy Story 2 itself, Inspector Gadget. Once again, we have take Mickey Once Upon a Christmas off the list because it doesn't fit the description. So that leaves us with the Inspector Gadgets and Toy Story 2 itself. Inspector Gadget, Chief Quimby might fit the script. Let's have a look. Chief Quimby works at a police office. He has a wife called Mrs. Quimby. But there might be a thought in the process. If Chief Quimby has a wife and is married, could he been married before his recent one? Unfortunately, we couldn't go far, but we could be getting something. He could have been married and kept his last, as he didn't want to be Mr. Quimby Davis. There's a problem that both Mr. and Mrs. Quimby have no children. So we back at square one. We leave Toy Story 2 and 3 and 4 for another time. The location. Andy's dad could have traveled somewhere else, but where could he have traveled? We have to look at where Inside Out and Toy Story were based, so let's go. So Toy Story is primarily maybe based in San Francisco as well as Inside Out.
But things differ when we talk where in San Francisco. We going down the geometric lane. So if Toy Story and Inside Out were located in San Francisco, that would make sense, but however Inside Out was set in the year of 2015. That's a huge gap, so we have to do year calculation, which the year of 2015 take away 1995. And that equals to 20. Well, that nothing. But we have an eye color scientific based. Andy eye color is blue. You know who else eye colored is blue? Riley eye's color is cornflower blue. Here's the problem, both Riley's parents have brown eyes, which is a recessive trait. But what could have been differed? We need to have a look at Andy's mom. You see Mr. Davis has blue eyes. Mrs. Davis also has a daughter called Molly Davis. Now we aren't getting into genetics just yet. We are just scrolling through. Both Molly and Andy's dad isn't seen the movie, or is it? Mrs. Davis was married to someone. And we kind of have to look at that picture. A plus C doesn't equal B. To do this, we have to come with every single male character with blue eyes with brown or blonde hair in every Disney Pixar movie. It's time for genetics. First up is Al. Now, Al isn't a typical dad. For example, he hates children. But similar to Andy, he most definitely collects toys. He does have brown hair, but not blue eyes. He's chubby and intellectual, but he doesn't fit the script. So then there's the good old Jerry or Gary. He definitely have blue eyes, but you know Disney Pixar, they likes to confuse us and change his eye color to brown. He has white hair and is a cleaner. His shape is also good. However, it's the icky because of the age of Jerry, but still he could be Andy's dad. Next up, we're having the look at the Incredibles movie. Mr. Incredibles. Well, to be fair, Mr. Incredible have children, but that doesn't exclude the point. He has blonde hair and blue eyes, which match the script, but once again he married to Mrs. Incredible. So what now, you may be asking? Well, even though he does seem to be the match, am I afraid he's out of the answer simply because his children have either brown or blonde hair and brown or blue eyes? Winston Deaver, he has blue eyes and brown hair. So, is Mr. Winston Dever Andy's dad? Unfortunately, ick, and have very little information. But however, his likes are supers, and yeah, that's it. We have Ian from Onwards. Although Ian is blue hair/skin eyes are blue. See you at part 2. Thanks.